Special effects are defined as an image or a sound that is created in television, radio, or movies to represent something real, such as an explosion, or imagery such as a monster. The use of special effects began back in the late 1800s, starting with Alfred Clark. He used the stop trick in 1895 with one of his most famous works, The Execution of Mary Stuart, where he uses the early special effects technique to make it appear as though they have beheaded a woman. Not only was he the first to make special effects in films, but he also created continuity, plot, and used trained actors. The stop trick is defined as a cinematic special effect in which filmmakers achieve an appearance, disappearance, or transformation by altering one or more selected aspects of the mise en scène between two shots while maintaining the same framing and other aspects of the scene in both shots. Fast forward 63 years, and the first ever video game was created by William Higginbottom. Tennis for Two didn't have any fancy special effects like there are in games today, but it was a start. The visuals consisted of a flat line on the bottom of the screen serving as the court, a vertical line in the middle of the court to serve as the net, and an orb of light that bounced across the screen to serve as the ball. Players would use a knob to adjust the angle of the ball and then push a button to hit the ball towards the opposing player. Tennis for Two lasted only 2 years, but paved the way for the video games that we play today. Television, unfortunately, didn't have the funds and tools required to create shows using special effects. TV finally started to catch up with film and video games around the late 90s, when BBC released their show, Walking with Dinosaurs, in 1999. The show then won an Emmy for the innovative use of special effects. Even though television had the ambition that films did and were stepping up their game with special effects and CGI, they still didn't have the budget or time to create visuals the way that films were. In 1999, the TV show Space 1999 was released in Britain and Italy. But in 1993, 6 years prior, Jurassic Park was released for film, which shows the advancement that film had made using special effects and how TV was still falling short. CGI is defined as the application of computer graphics to create or contribute to images in art, printed media, video games, films, television programs, shorts, commercials, videos, and simulators. Computer graphics software is used to make computer-generated imagery for films, etc. With the advancement of special effects comes more income and more employment opportunities. When Jurassic Park was released in 1993, the lifelike CGI that was used helped bring in $357 million and is one of the highest-grossing movies of all time. The film also had a team of 100-plus people to build up the special and visual effects, as opposed to only 21 team members for the 1933 movie King Kong. The advancement of special effects is beneficial to most, bringing in larger audiences, money, and fans. Mark Little, an investor, stated that, quote, "Historically, a customer would simply buy the game, play it solo until he or she had exhausted its possibilities and thrill, then buy another one. Today, that same customer will enter an almost infinite world, frequently updated and expanded by the game's makers, and with every gaming experience different, as it now involves interactions with a large and diverse online community of players. As a result, gamers now play these games for much longer," end quote. He also stated, quote, "The digital revolution will continue to push profitability in the video game industry, so investors should watch this market with a renewed digital-focused view." End quote. As the years passed by, TV began to advance their special and visual effects, which brought in more viewers, and they were putting out more high-tech, expensive shows. One of the most well-known TV shows using these advanced special effects is Netflix's original series, Stranger Things, which aired in July of 2016. The special effects in the show were made possible by combining practical effects and CGI. Originally, the show's creators wanted to use 80% of practical effects and only 20% of visual effects, but they ended up with a 50-50 ratio instead. Some of the special and visual effects that are used within the show are an animatronic monster that switches between computer graphics and an actor in a costume on set, and a collapsing tunnel that was extended with CG, along with many more. The show has also been nominated for several awards, such as the Primetime Emmys, for their special effects. Even though film has always been more advanced than other mediums when it comes to special effects, they never stop pushing their boundaries. One of Hollywood's most recent successes is the Avengers Endgame. The special effects used in this film were achieved by the help from ILM, Weta Digital, Double Negative, Cinesite, Framestore, Digital Domain, Rise VFX, Lola VFX, Cantina Creative, Capital T, Technicolor VFX, and Territory Studio. The movie used an enormous amount of visual and special effects artists to achieve their final look, and their hard work they put in definitely paid off. As you can see, special and visual effects have advanced immensely over the last century, and this progress that has been made has expanded the TV, film, and video game industries bigger than anyone could have dreamed back in 1895. Special effects have helped bring in jobs, large audiences, and captivating imagery for all to enjoy. Nicholas Carr once said, "The internet, though it marks a radical departure from traditional media in many ways, also represents a continuation of the intellectual and social trends that emerged from people's embrace of the electric media of the 20th century, and that have been shaping our lives and thoughts ever since." Special effects and the digital advancement, although it is vastly different from where special effects first began, it shows how society is intellectually advancing and how all of these new technologies are shaping the trends of films, television, and video games. And I can't wait to see where special effects are able to take these industries in the future.